it's time for the absolutely, I'm on my way, completely, I'm almost there, random, why are there so many stairs? Podcast. Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast for Saturday, May 2nd, 2020. In 2 days, it'll be Star Wars Day, so may the 4th be with you early. You know, the good old Star Wars, not the new shit by Disney. That's true. Anyway, welcome to the podcast this week, where I plan on talking about some stuff that I found throughout the week online, as well as a topic from my mom, who found something on Facebook that caught her attention, and when she showed me, it caught my attention. So this week, I'm going to be talking about The Devil is a Part-Timer's light novels are preparing to end. Asuka from Neon Genesis Evangelion is prepared to enter your band by having a new Evangelion-themed Fender Telecaster. It's actually pretty cool. There's an update for the Kyoto Animation Studio over in Japan. The demolition is now complete on it. There's going to be apparently a Transformers prequel film coming from the director of Toy Story 4. I wasn't a huge fan of Toy Story 4, but then again, it's Transformers. Let's see how you can screw that up. And the topic from my mom, a whole butt-ton of counterfeit electronics were seized in Philadelphia. Holy shit, $500,000 worth. Hot damn. Well, this sounds interesting. All that this week and more on the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. But before we get any further into this, you know the song and dance by now, I'm sure. ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Wide variety of stuff. I am working to get more stuff up. Now more so than ever. I'll explain why when I talk about my week. I'm going to try to get some more stuff up. Especially since there's a crap ton of free listings I can get at least until July. So that makes me really happy. But yeah, I got trading cards, DVDs, miscellaneous stuff. You name it, I probably got it. Or at least something of it. Check out what I got. Come swing by, say hi, buy something if you're interested. You know, if not, that's fine. Just stop by, say hi, swing by, check it out. It's a really cool page I've been working on since 2012, and I'm still good. 100% positive feedback all the way, baby. 100% positive after... Oh, it'll be 8 years in November, actually. It'll be... Oh, I started in July, so like the end of June, beginning of July. So technically it'll be... June, it'll be 8 years. So, yeah, like next month, it'll be 8 years. So, yeah, almost at the 8-year mark of my eBay page. Holy hell. God, it's been that long already. But, yeah, so check out my eBay page, ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Don't forget, you can also swing by Twitter and check me out at Otaku Roads. Link in the About Me section on my YouTube channel page here, as well as over on Facebook. You can check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. I know I don't post much up on there. I think I'm going to have to ask one of my friends if they want to be an admin on that to post some stuff, or I'm just really going to have to start buckling down and putting some stuff up on there. I don't know which yet. And I don't do Facebook that much, but I don't know. Maybe I'll start doing Facebook again. What the hell? But yeah, no, don't forget, you can also subscribe right here to the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. Ring that notification bell and hit the thumbs up or thumbs down button. Don't forget to leave a comment because, hey, comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Well, okay, Madry Bread says that all the time, and how much of it is true, I don't know. And hey, come to think of it, he didn't make that comment in this week's video about him taking the one fossil. What the hell? I'm going to have to raise hell on that. You didn't bring up about taking the one fossil in the video this time, huh? Well, then again, it was a Gen 3 run, but still, he usually makes that joke every week. What the hell? I'll have to bring that up. But anyway, yeah, so, yeah, that's about it. It's the general stuff. Twitter, Facebook, eBay, my YouTube page. You know, I'm me, Web Designer 18, also known as Andrew. Alright, so this is the part where I usually talk about how my week went. And yeah, this week was fun. And I mean fun. So I'm sure a lot of you noticed that my podcast went up a little later than normal last week. I know one of you did because they left a comment asking where the next one was. And I think some people were getting a little annoyed. I apologize for this. Technical difficulties beyond my control. YouTube was going so freaking slow, as well as the internet, prevented me from getting the video up faster than normal. Believe me, I tried. However, I failed miserably, but I tried nonetheless. I ended up getting it up just about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I do apologize for that. Believe me, that's not going to happen again. I don't care if I have to babysit something, it is going to get up sooner than that. I will try to keep my podcast at just about an hour till YouTube pulls its head out of its ass. So, that was the one part of last week's, dilemma. Monday was an interesting day. I think I had to go to the post. I think I had to go to the post office on Monday, if I remember right. Yeah, I think I did. But anyway, that was like Monday. Monday was I think it's interesting, but not much. Oh yeah, Monday was. I did have to go to the post office on Monday. I had to go to the bank and the post office. That's right. 'Cause I actually got to use the drive-through because my local bank branch closed. For two reasons, ironically. One, they were already going to be closing come next month. Ironically, literally 30 days from today. Today's the 2nd. 30 days from today, they were going to be closing. For good. They're closing that branch down. But COVID-19 kind of sped that up, so the bank branch is closed now. So I had to go to another one that is supposed to be staying open, and it is open because they have a drive-through, and I got to use the drive-through. The first time ever since I've had a bank account, I got to use a drive-through with the pneumatic tube. Most of the time, if I've ever done a drive-through, it's just a drive-through ATM. But no, this was a 100% pneumatic tube drive-through, and oh man, I had fun. And it's just the littlest things that can make me happy, and I had a blast doing that. I loved it. That was a lot of fun to do that. I was amazed that it actually took the tube up. One unique thing they could do is like kind of close, have like a door that'll close once you put the tube back in and you hit the send button. It'll drop like a door down is what they should do, and then it'll give a better suction. But otherwise, yeah, that worked out real well. I took care of what I had to take care of at the bank, went to the post office, and then I came home. Tuesday, did the I had a lot of fun on Tuesday. For starters, I had some fun on Tuesday. But Tuesday, my new lawnmower arrived. Andrew, you bought a lawnmower? Yes, to quiet down an annoying 90-year-old man. My grandfather's been hearing people mowing their yards. Our mower burned out last year, and he was getting a little uppity because I couldn't go and get a lawnmower from like Lowe's or something used. So I looked on eBay. I found one on eBay, and it arrived Tuesday. So I put it together, literally in the dining room, carried it down to the basement, which was actually lighter than I thought. It's supposed to be 22 pounds, but if that's 22 pounds, and I have really been hitting my 20-pound weight pretty damn good, because that was nothing to me to lift that. I think my mom could even lift that, no problem. But I put that together on Tuesday, then I did the Q&A video. I had a blast doing that, by the way. Thank you all for submitting your questions. Don't forget, submit your questions for the May Q&A. 23rd to the 25th is what I'm shooting for, because May ends in a weird time lapse this time around. So I want to try to shoot for that week so I can get it up like the last full week of the month. But yeah, thank you all for submitting your questions. I had a blast doing that. I'm looking forward to the next one. Especially for the fact that I actually had to do it differently because, as you know, my lapel mic burned out. It's dead. I can't use it anymore. So I do have to try to look around because I want to get another boom arm. And I have been looking on eBay, which brings me to my one thing why I said I'm going to be try to getting more of my stuff up on eBay. So there is going to be some new stuff coming up in the next couple of days. So keep an eye out because I received my letter today from unemployment. So as many of you know, I've been furloughed since April 4th. Well, technically, I didn't have to go into work 2 weeks prior to that because there was nothing for me to do. The 1 week, I was already off because there wasn't going to be anybody to watch me because it's only a two-person team early in the morning unless we get more people, but usually it's me and one other person, and that person was going to be going out of town So there was nobody that could watch me. So I was getting that one day off. Then the next day off, we were only going to be getting like a small amount, so I was going to have to come in and deal with that. So it's like, no, you get that week off. Then the following week, they were training somebody, so that was going to work out. So like, no, you don't got to come in the next week then either. So I was already getting 2 weeks off. So if anything, this has been an extended vacation for me. But as of September, God damn, I can't even talk tonight. As of April 4th, I was furloughed, and I got my letter today. Now, I applied on the 5th for unemployment. I filed a biweekly claim on the 19th, and today, May 2nd, I received a letter from unemployment telling me that I am not eligible for unemployment. It was a real interesting thing, because apparently I don't have enough credits racked up. You need to have 18 credits to qualify for unemployment. Minimum is 18 credits, and I only have 10. So unfortunately, I don't qualify for unemployment. Now, what does this mean for me? Well, it means I'm not getting any money from unemployment, so that's done, which really annoys the hell out of me, because then why couldn't they have just told me that in their, oh yeah, here, you've been approved letter that I got, and then later on, I get the letter that tells me, oh no, sorry, you're not approved. You are not eligible. Kiss off, shove off, and blow. So that kind of annoys me. But what's worse is that, because I know somebody out there, especially on Facebook and Twitter, would probably say, well, just appeal the decision. I can't even appeal the decision. The last and final date for me to be able to appeal the decision would have been April 24th. The letter that I got today was postmarked on the 28th, and I got it today, which is May 2nd. So, needless to say, 12 days after my last and final day to file an appeal, I can't even file an appeal. So, that just sucks. So, yeah, I'm not getting unemployment. So, because there is some stuff that I want to get for my channel. I definitely got to look into getting another mic, and I was looking on those. I did find a couple that I like, but there is a silver lining, because at first I'm like, oh great, now I'm not going to be able to get, because there's like a little bit that I want to get, and I gave myself a budget for it. I'm like, oh great, now I'm not going to be able to get that. Then it dawned on me, as I was eating dinner, that I could probably still get it yet, because I do have the student loans, the ones in a forbearance right now because of the CARES Act, so I don't have to pay that. Because, I mean, if I want to pay it, I have to submit it via online payments, and at that point, I'm like, you know what? I'll just take the mulligan. What the hell? I'll take the mulligan. I'm still going to be paying my student loans till I'm like 65, 70 years old. I'm going to probably be paying them damn things. I'll be paying them till I'm old and gray. My grandchildren will be looking at me going, Grandpa, why are you paying a student loan payment? Well, because your grandpa owes a lot of money. Well, Grandpa, that's just horrible. Yeah, welcome to Grandpa's world, kid. This is why you don't ever further your education. It's a fucking waste of money. But, yeah, so I'll just take the mulligan, and I can, because, like, literally 2 of those would be my budget. Because I was paying $60 a month. So 2 of those is literally the budget. It's pretty much about the budget that I had for what I wanted to get on eBay. So, and I thought about it when I was eating. I'm like, oh, I'm still good. Oh, no, okay, no, I can still get the stuff that I was looking into, because I don't have to worry about paying it. So I'm still up an extra, as I don't have to pay till September now on the one loan. So I'm still up good. I figured about $300 that I don't have to pay them. I'm like, no, okay, yeah, screw it. I mean, I'm going to get screwed come taxes next year, and I think everybody's going to, but yeah, it is what it is. We're all screwed at this point. But yeah, so that's been my week. Just one nightmare after another. I do have a rant video and a discussion video that will be going up this week, so look forward to those. One will be going up Monday, one will be going up Wednesday. I may or may not put anything up Thursday or Saturday. I don't know yet. It's up in the air. I am trying to get back on a schedule, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's about all I got. So let's get into the podcast, shall we? Because I've been going on for 10 minutes, and I'm sure my moderator is getting a little pissed off right now. And yes, Mom, I'm speeding it up. Alright, so if you're a fan of The Devil is a Part-Timer, you know, sort of like how I am. I love that anime series. I thought that was really cool. But if you're a massive fan of the light novels, here's some sad news for you. They're preparing to end. Yep, that's right. The end is coming for another popular light novel series. This time it's Satoshi Wagahara's The Devil is a Part-Timer, which is scheduled to conclude along with its 21st volume this summer. The announcement comes from the final issue of Kodokawa's Dengeki Bunko magazine, which revealed the timing for the finale on April 25th. The series kicked off back in 2011 and inspired a TV anime in 2013. Damn straight. It's a TV anime that needs a fucking second season, and maybe now the light novels is ending, we'll finally get one. No, I'm sorry. This series deserves a second season, and it never got the season it deserved. I mean, the first season, oh my god, the first season kicks so much ass and takes names. I watched it with my mom. She actually watched it with me. It is one of the few series that she actually watched with me, and it's a good show. But here's the plot synopsis for those of you that either didn't watch my Anime GBU review on it, which, by the way, you can pull that up. I think that was like episode 2. I think that was like episode 2, so I was like really green when I did it, but yeah. I think it was like episode 2. But after being soundly thrashed by the hero Amelia, the Devil King and his general beat a hasty retreat to a parallel universe, only to land plop in the middle of bustling modern-day Tokyo. Lacking the magic necessary to return home, the two are forced to assume human identities and live average human lives until they can find a better solution. And to make ends meet, Satan finds gainful employment at a nearby fast food joint, McDonald's. It's not in there, I just wanted to say what the name of it was. With his devilish mind set on working his way up to the management food chain. What will become of his thirst for conquest? Hell of a lot of good laughs is what it becomes of. No, the series is fun. You basically have to deal with the devil. The devil, what was his name? Sarada, I think? No, Sitao. Yeah. Yeah, good Sitao. Yeah. But you have him, you have his loyal lackey / ass kisser, the hero Amelia, who shows up. And that's the fun part. She gets like a higher up job than he gets. He's working fast food, and she's working at a call center. But yeah, she's living in a better apartment than he is. He's living in Rundownville. I think I saw like that similar apartment in the one arc for Shin-Chan. And I was just like, oh my god, that's funny as hell. But no, I loved this series. I loved the anime of it. Was great. The abridged series, which is actually what got me into the anime, believe it or not, was really good. But I have not read the light novels. Mostly because the light novels are hard to get your hands on here in the U.S. I'm sure I could probably read them online, but they are a bit harder to get your hands on in the U.S. But otherwise, no, it's not a bad... It's really not a bad series at all. It is good. I like it a lot. It is well done, well thought out. It's beautiful. It really is. I mean, I just get a kick out of it. And there's like an entire review for it. I'll have that link in here as well. It's like an entire review courtesy of Otaku USA magazine. I'll throw that in the comments, in the description as well. So you can get like that general idea. But really, if you want like a take on it from a fan, someone that watched the series sort of look, check out my Anime GBU review of it. But yeah, this is a really good show. I liked it a lot. The light novel, I'm assuming, is probably really good. But like I said, it's just difficult to get light novels here in the U.S. So, of course, I don't exactly know how good it is. Because it is a little more difficult getting... a light novel here in the U.S. than it is getting it overseas. But the fact that it's ending, though, like I said, I hope that kind of makes it that we're going to get a second season then of this. Because, I mean, truthfully, we need a second season. This series left so many questions on the table that need to be addressed. They need to be answered. They need to just be brought up. What's the church and Enta Isla going to do now that they know, or now that Amelia knows that their plan was to kill her and leave them in this parallel world now that they're free of Satan and free of her? You know, is Sadao ever going to go back to Anti-Isla, or is he just going to stay and live the human life here in the human world? Did he like it here? What's going to become of him and Chio? You know, what about Lucifer, the one that they grabbed a hold of and are basically made into their little lapdog? What's going to happen to him? I mean, what pisses me off is that the series itself, the anime series, ended on a literal filler episode. It just gave me flashbacks to Case Closed, because Case Closed ended the same way. The final episode, the English dub of Case Closed, was a filler episode, The Disappearing Weather Girl. That was the last and final episode that we had gotten of Case Closed. And over in Japan, it's still going on yet. Detective Conan is still going on. But over here in the U.S., Funimation just ended it. And it wasn't even at the end of the 5th season. It was like halfway through. Because then the 5th season, we got Vi. And her introduction to us, at least those of us that, watched the English dub of it, was in the one movie that they dubbed into English. And that was our first introduction to her, because there was no character arc for her in the series, because the series ended literally right before her arc started. So that was what really sucked. But as far as The Devil's a Part-Timer, I mean, there is still so much more that we have to scratch the surface on. I mean, here's the other thing. There could be more of Satan's minions walking the earth, living human lives, and they don't know, and they don't even know that he's here. That would be an interesting thing to find out if there's more of them. I mean, like I said, I don't know what the light novel holds. I have not read the light novels, but seriously, that's not a bad idea. But yeah, it's setting up to end. So hopefully we'll get a second season then of the anime, since, I mean, we're getting a second season of World Trigger at some point. Dr. Stone's going to be coming back at some point. Fire Force is going to be coming back. So if we can get another Devil as a Part-Timer season, we'll have a good quadfecta there. I would say trifecta, but it's 4. We'll have a quadfecta of 4 really good anime that had a good starting point. Now let's kick it up into the next gear here for them. So yeah, I mean, that opens up the doorway to a lot of stuff, and hopefully we'll see some of that coming out in the next couple years or so. But I would definitely like to see a second season of this now, if the light novels is coming to an end. If they're coming to an end, I think we could definitely get a second season then of The Devil as a Part-Timer, hands down. I mean, hands down, we deserve one. But yeah, so if you're a fan of the light novels, they're set to end. I love the show. I hope we get a second season. Hell, even just a movie. I'll take a movie. I'll take a freaking 3-episode OVA movie. I don't care. Alright, if you're a fan of Neon Genesis Evangelion, or more to the point, if you're a fan of Asuka Langley Soryu, yes, I have seen Neon Genesis, and you want to rock and roll, like you have a band, you guys do anime songs or something, you want to rock and roll in style, I got some good news. You might actually be able to do that. You might be able to combine your dreams together. Yeah, but alright, that kind of went off a little long, but yeah. Basically, there's a Fender Telecaster guitar. It's pretty much designed similar way to Asuka's character design, and you can get your hands on one of these. That is if you're willing to piss out about $2,600 American. You don't even want to know. So let me give you the whole rundown on this. So there's been merchandise over the years, countless ways to show your love for Neon Genesis Evangelion. I mean, there's been t-shirts, wall posters, fan-made stuff left and right. You name it, I think 60 things exist for it. So what makes this unique and interesting? Well, you're able to pair this thing with the uniqueness. So you get this is going to be a Asuka-themed Fender Telecaster guitar, complete with appropriately coordinated colors. And this does look pretty sweet, I'm not going to lie. Kahara teamed up with Fender Japan on the designer 2020 Evangelion Asuka Telecaster Guitar, which is to be released in extremely limited quantities in mid-July. The guitar comes with a hard case sporting the Nerve logo and a certificate of authenticity signed by Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 director Kazuya Surumaki. And it will run you. Here's where you should grab your wallets, folks. So I'll give you a moment to hold your wallet close to you because it's going to hurt. If you live in Japan, it's going to run you a cool 275,000 yen, which roughly translates to about $2,580 American. That's going to hurt. I'm not going to lie, though. This does look pretty sweet. Now, I am not much for electric guitars. I actually have an acoustic one. I do. I have an acoustic guitar. Do I play it? No. I got it from my great aunt years ago for Christmas, like a long time ago, and it has sat in my room after my grandmother complained I was making too much noise practicing. Yeah, go figure on that one. I need to practice in order to get better, but yet by practicing, I'm annoying. Go figure on that one. So, yeah, it is literally just sat up here. I mean, I pull it out every now and then and make sure it still works and stuff, but it has sat in its case for years on it. I mean, the case has taken a beating, but the guitar is still good. But yeah, this does look pretty sweet. So, this is like the perfect addition to any, and I really want to say this is the perfect addition to any anime fan that has like a rock group. Like any single anime fan or anybody that has like a rock group or something, this is like your perfect addition to that. If you want to show your love for like Neon Genesis Evangelion or just your love for anime in general, this is a perfect go-to thing. Plus, if you're like a musician, this is like a business expense. Hey, now I'm gonna get this really kick-ass, guitar. Yeah, it looks cool and everything, but I need like another one, and that's why we have a backup one. And we just like rock out and play anime themes or something, parties. It'll pay for itself. But $2,600 basically. Holy shit. I mean, goddamn, that's a lot of money. Now, granted, this does make sense because we are getting that new Evangelion movie, the 3.0.1.0 movie, whenever the hell it's going to be coming out. And, we have all that going on. But still, it's still an interesting concept. I mean, adding instruments to anime characters is a good thing. I mean, we had that whole K-On! Anime that was really good. I saw clips of it. I didn't see enough to do a review on it, but this is definitely something that's really interesting because there are fans of Asuka. She was a pretty popular character from Neon Genesis Evangelion. I do admit though that case looks sweet. The guitar looks sweet. The certificate of authenticity looks sweet. And you basically will have all of that at your disposal. I mean, the certificate of authenticity even has, it's like on the right side is the certificate. On the left side is Asuka, an anime drawing of Asuka holding the guitar. Now, seriously, any fan of this show would probably drop the money on this in a heartbeat. Limited quantities. They're going to sell out like crazy. I guarantee it. Or people will buy this and you'll see scalpers putting it up on eBay for like 30 to 40% markup. So like if it's going for $2,600 American, this thing will probably go for like 10 grand. Somebody will have it up on eBay for 10 grand. And there will be people out there that will buy it because it'll be something that will appeal to them and it'll net them more people to tune in and more people to come and see their shows in this. So there'll be people that will buy it. I guarantee it. But still, it's interesting. I think it's really unique. Definitely eye-catching, definitely. But yeah, above anything else, this is cool. Neon Genesis Evangelion was a good series. It ended stupid, but it depends upon which ending you like. If you like the series ending, then it ended well. If you like the end of Evangelion ending, well, that's apparently the true ending. I prefer the series ending over the movie ending. Mostly because the movie ending still gives me nightmares. Seriously, that thing still freaks me the hell out. I'm not even lying. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. All things considered. That's really neat. Alrighty, so here's where we can finally close the book on the dark chapter in Kyoto Animation history. So, as many of you remember, and I did talk about this so many times, in fact, I even did a special GBU episode. It was audio only, because it was like the middle of freaking summer. Basically detailing what had happened, and I took a look at some of the uh, anime that came out of this studio. But back on July 18th, 2019, there was an arson attack at Kyoto Animation Studio 1, which resulted in the death of 36 people of the 70 Kyoto Animation employees that worked there. 36 of them sadly lost their lives. And this was a devastating moment for a lot of people. And this really brought, I really want to say this brought the entirety of the anime community together. It showed that we aren't a bunch of self-centered individuals, and we do care about other people from time to time, other things. But that being said, back in November, they began demolition work on the building. Now, this was a decision that was made because apparently it couldn't be fixed, structurally unsound, something I think was along those lines. So they had to tear it down. They didn't have much of a choice. The question, though, was what are they going to do with it afterwards? And that's the main thing that's going on yet. But as of April 28th, the demolition is completely done. It's officially wrapped up. It's gone. The building's been demolished. It's no longer there. So at the time, though, there were 70 employees in the building. Sadly, as I said, 36 of them lost their lives. Injuring many others in the process, including director Yasuhiro Takemoto, the disappearance of Haruhi Shizumiya, renowned animator Yoshiji Kagami, and many more victims who put out brilliant work at the studio. This was, like I said, this was a really tragic moment. I mean, I remember it was a Thursday morning when I saw it, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was like, oh my god, it was just, it was really hard watching the news footage of it. But as for what's going to be done with the site, you can actually see there is a picture in the article shows the now flattened area where the studio previously stood, and it's literally a parking lot. It is literally a parking lot. As for what's going to be done with the site, though, they have yet to come to a decision. While family members and fans would like a memorial to the building, or in the building's place, the residents want to keep from drawing too much more attention to the area. I don't blame them for that. I mean, this was a dark moment. Like I said, this was a dark moment. So many, 36 people lost their lives. There was an arson attack. This basically showed that anything can happen to everybody. Lives were lost. The people around that building, there's a good chance that they knew the people that died, because everybody there was like so tight knit that they would like walk around the streets. Everybody knew them, and there were like interviews I remember reading where a lot of the residents were saying it's really sad now because so many people would walk in there and now you don't see anybody, or knowing that they were never going to be coming back out again. It was truly a sad thing. But I could see why the family members would want to make a memorial. Fans, definitely, I could see that, but the family more or less, because that was where they did, to them, that's where their family members did work. That's where they, created something that entertained millions of people. But I can understand at the same time why the residents don't want any more attention. The best thing that they could have done, and I'm really going to hate to say this, they could just put another building there and just make a small museum. It's not exactly going to be one of those massive, fans are going to go flocking there on a tourist bus or anything, but like make a small museum, show off a lot of what Kyoto Animation does. They could do that, and that's technically doing both things, because you technically have a museum there, which isn't technically a massive tourist trap, and it won't bring too much attention to the area, but at the same time, you're honoring the people that were there by having a memorial for them. So, it is what it is, but at this point, I really hate to say it this way, and I don't want to sound like I have the jawbone of an ass or anything. I kind of agree with the residents. I wouldn't want to drag and bring too much more attention to the area. I mean, look at all the strange anime pilgrimages that we end up getting. Uh, there's like constant news reports because people see one spot, they go, "Oh my God, there must have been an anime that was inspired by this location," and there wasn't. So then they end up going there. They disrupt people's lives and everything else just to try to get a shot of this, and turns out it's nothing. So I mean, I could understand a lot of the families, wanting to have a memorial, but I can also understand the residents of that area wanting, look, we want to distance ourselves from this if at all possible. You can understand both sides of the spectrum on this. You really can. As for what's going to happen, it's up in the air. We don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen to the location in the future. But at least we can put a closed pin in this and finally mark this as over. At least for the most part. With the building now gone, there's really no remembrance other than the vacant lot where all this transpired and what happened and the 36 people who lost their lives. They're just a footnote. They're just a memory anymore. And while it's a sad thing, to recover and to heal you would have to do that. And it's understandable, like I said. But yeah, it's just up in the air now what's going to happen to the building, but at least for the time being, we know that we don't have to worry about anybody going there and disrupting the people by taking pictures. The building's gone. It's literally an empty lot at this point. So it is what it is. Like I said, if they really want to do something, they could make a small museum or something. They could put like a small little shop there that sells anime goods or something, artist pens, what have you, things like that. It would totally be up to them, but yeah, there's countless ideas. Because I mean, you could technically put a business there, it doesn't have to be a museum. You could put an arts and crafts store there, or a 100 yen store. I would go with the arts and crafts, so it would be a little better and a little more on point. But you could put like an arts and crafts store that sells like a lot of pencils, papers, how to draw manga, how to draw anime, things like that, that could inspire people to follow the same pathway that the ones who lost their lives did. And they could, in fact, then, have like a small memorial like this, like shop is dedicated in the memory of, and I guarantee you it'll always be there. Because there'll be people that will come from around Japan just to go to that shop and pick up like pencils and stuff. I guarantee it. But that's like one idea. Worst case scenario, they could just put a 100 yen store there, but that would be, I think, a little sacrilegious. But yeah, so either way, at least for now, the chapter is finally closed on this dark moment in Kyoto animation history and anime in general. And for once, I can safely say that that's a good thing. That this is finally closed and we can move on and start living lives again. So it is what it is, but definitely it is a good thing that we can finally close the book on this. All right, so this caught my attention now. Transformers prequel film coming from Toy Story 4 director. So I was not a huge fan of Toy Story 4. I don't think I have ever hid that. I thought it was a stupid idea to make it. I thought it was a stupid movie. I thought it was dumb as hell, and I did see it. Before somebody out there goes, oh, you never saw it. Oh, no. Somebody had it up on YouTube, and I watched it one Wednesday night, and it sucked. I hated it. I hated it with a passion. But basically, Optimus Prime and Megatron hanging out in Cybertron. That's what you can kind of expect from this. It's just basically going to tell the story from beforehand. Josh Cooley, the director of Toy Story 4, is set to direct this. The film will be written by Andrew Barrer. Or Barrer. And Gabriel Ferrari. who penned Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I know I probably mispronounced both their names, and I do apologize. It'll explore the origin of the heroic Megatron and the seeds of conflict between the Harmony seeking Autobots and domination-loving Decepticons. They explore the origin of the heroic Megatron. I think there was a slight typo there. Yeah, I do. Megatron heroic? Maybe to the Decepticons. Maybe to the Decepticons, but not to anybody else. At least that's what the Hollywood Reporter is saying. It's also reports that it'll be produced by Hasbro and Paramount Animation, so this will actually be pretty good. Hasbro, I'm not gonna lie, when Hasbro gets behind the wheel of a Transformers project, they don't fuck it up. I mean, the Power of the Primes trilogy, or at least I should say the Machinima Transformers trilogy was pretty good. You had Combiner Wars, Power of the Primes, and what the hell was the second one? Combiner Wars, Titans Return, and Powers of the Prime. That's it. I can never remember Titans Return. I never remember that. But yeah, out of all those, I mean, Machinima did a good job now with Machinima gone. So if it's gonna be, like I said, directed by the director from Toy Story 4. Well, Toy Story 4, I will admit, the animation did look good in it. So if we're gonna have like a CGI style Transformers movie that's gonna basically just look like one of the Transformers games, yeah, I'd be all for that. I'm not gonna be upset about that at all. I'd be all for it. But at the same time, I mean, it's a Transformers movie. It's just basically wrapping up the final questions that we've always had. I mean, we saw in the original 1980s cartoon that Optimus was a dock worker. Then it was recanted later on that he was a librarian. Megatron was a soldier, and Orion Pax had like this massive admiration towards him because he could fly. And yeah, so it's basically just going to be a wondering then of what origin are they going to go with. Was Orion Pax a dock worker or a librarian? That's the question that you're going to have to ask a couple times over with this is, what's it going to be? So yeah, I'm not going to lie, this is kind of interesting. There's not really much to go on as of right now, but yeah, I mean, I'd like to see an Optimus Prime and Megatron origin story set in the pre-days of Cybertron. I mean, we've had so many really crappy Transformers movies that I think it's time we get something decent. And yes, we have had some really crappy Transformers movies. Might I interject the following here? Dark of the Moon, Transformers 4, Age of Extinction, the fucking Bumblebee movie, just to name a few. That is literally just to name a few that have sucked. The last good Transformers movie, I'm actually going to say Rise of the Fallen was good. Now, granted, Dark of the Moon had its unique points with Sentinel Prime and Leonard Nimoy being evil, which, yeah, that was an interesting takeaway for it, but Dark of the Moon sucked. It was the weakest of the Shia LaBeouf trilogy. And as far as like the CGI stuff goes, that's way better. I mean, Japan had some really good stuff with the Headmasters and all that, and a lot of the other Transformers products that came out after Hasbro just said, screw this, nuts to this crap here in the States. Japan was still going with it yet, and it was doing pretty well over there with the Headmasters, Target Masters. You had Beast Wars 2. So many things that they did really well over there that we over here in the States just never got. And it's sad, but yeah. But when you go with the CGI stuff, I mean, even the Netflix War for Cybertron I've heard was pretty good. Or what people have seen of it, I heard it was really good. So yeah, and then you had the ones that were released for the Hasbro, what was it, the Hub? That Hub channel that was basically, literally, it was just a CGI Transformers show. Was it Transformers Prime? Then what was it, Prime Origins or something? He had those Beast Hunters, the Beast Hunter ones. So yeah, I mean CGI Transformer stuff works. I mean look at Beast Wars. Just don't look at Beast Machines. Beast Machines sucked. Yeah. Energon was good. Yeah, because Armada, because even going with like the three Unicron trilogy animated ones, Armada wasn't bad, but it was pure 2D. Energon introduced 2D and 3D combination, and it really did well. I liked all three of them. I'm not gonna lie, but Cybertron was what took it right up to the next level. It was basically followed everything that Energon gave us and made it a lot better. And I liked Cybertron out of the three. It was my favorite. The most was Cybertron because that's the one I got most of the toys from anyway. But yeah, so I'm not exactly bothered by this. I'm more or less looking forward to it. This is going to be an interesting concept to see how they're going to handle this. I mean, is Optimus going to be the librarian, or is he going to be the dock worker? Are we going to see like the rise of Optimus gathering the Autobots, like a makeshift team, leading them against the Decepticons, with the movie ending literally as Optimus and Megatron are about to lock horns, or is it going to be a Optimus stares off into the distance and Cybertron's like under attack, like it was in the War for Cybertron game, where they're getting ready to leave, and that was pretty much how the end of the game went. And then you had the fall of Cybertron, when he's staring at the Ark, and it's like, well, this is it. This is what we have to do, and that's where it kind of went. Is it gonna be something like that? Questions that honestly need to be answered, that we just have to wait and see what the next answer is gonna be. But for now, I'm interested. It's got my attention. I'll keep myself informed on it, and I'll keep a lookout for any more information. But for now, it caught my attention. It's caught my attention. All right, I love this story. This is fun. So a crap ton, like $500,000 worth of counterfeit electronics on its way to Delaware were seized in Philadelphia. And this is hilarious as hell. Because when you're looking at the pictures that they have in this, courtesy of the U.S. Customs and Border Protection handout, the photo/handout that they have here in the article, the first thing that is screaming to my mind is AliExpress or Alibaba. One of the two massive screw you middle finger sites out there on the internet. There's a crap ton. I mean, I actually gotten something once from one of those sites. I had my one friend get it for me, and it was basically a part to fix my PS2. It was the lens and the spindle, because it was literally $1 a piece for them, like $1.25 for the spindle and $1.50 or $1.75 for the laser. And I'm like, cool, that'll solve 90% of my problem. It didn't work then anyway, but they were busted beyond repair. I couldn't fix them. I just get a kick out of this. So this is hilarious as hell. Okay, this is honest to God funny. I love this. This is hilarious. So, U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers seized $500,000 worth of counterfeit electronics in Philadelphia that were on their way to Delaware. The seizure of 2 shipments from China was completed last week, according to the CBP Department in Philadelphia. Officials said that the shipment contained more than 20,000 pieces, representing 35 different counterfeit consumer electronics, including, but not limited to, mind you, Apple iPhones, video gaming systems, speakers, watches, cameras, scanners, DVD players, headphones, chargers, and many more. If authentic, officials said the electronics could have had a manufacturer's suggested retail price, or MSRP, of $519,510. Holy Cleveland, that's a lot of money. But counterfeit electronics may include malicious coding that could steal your identity, like, the iPhones and all that. They are generally manufactured with substandard material that could overheat and ignite. And these things are just horrible. I mean, the pictures in here, like I said, this is hilarious. Because the one picture in here, you can tell it's a Mario game. It looks like a Super Mario Galaxy. It's on the cartridge. And it literally looks no bigger than a freaking GBA cartridge. And it says, and I'm not even making this up, according to the card, it goes, it's a game card, you got Mario, one of the little star kids, and above it in a banner, it says 888,888 in one. Yeah, I don't think so. No way. No way in freaking hell. I mean, I have played some Game Boy Advance games in my life, and even I know that those things cannot hold that much data unless it's like a 1 kilobit game. Even then, you're stretching it. But then there's another picture down here. This is funny. There's another picture then further down. Now I'm colorblind, so to me it looks like a dark bluish purple color. It says, and I quote here, PXP3 Slim Station. I'm not even making this up. It's literally a PlayStation Portable knockoff, and you can tell it's a fucking knockoff. Apparently, they've also seized counterfeit injectable dental gels and everything else. And apparently, all this stuff was being sent to some address in Wilmington, Delaware. But that's still scary as hell. But all these boxes, all this electronic shit, 20,000 pieces. Oh, good Lord, this is insane. Good Lord, this is crazy. I just love the PXP3. That is my favorite. That is my favorite of this. I mean, that is the type of thing you find at an El Cheapo black market flea market. We're talking a black flea market here, okay? It's all black market goods, and it's a flea market at the same time. They claim it's a flea market, but it's nothing but black market goods. That is literally all it is. It is what you call a black flea market. Or a flea black market. I don't care. Or a black market flea, or a flea market black. I don't care. One of those, however you want to pronounce it, that's basically what it would be part of. This is literally something you would see like shady people selling at a flea market. They're going, no, man, no. This is better than the PSP. This is PXP. The X stands for extreme. But I mean, good Lord, $500,000 worth of this crap. Holy hell! I mean, I know of some I know of counterfeit electronics. I know of like a lot of this stuff because there are some game cartridges that people will buy on AliExpress and Alibaba, and they're literal garbage. They're crap. There were people that would buy batteries on that, and the batteries would explode and cause damage to them. I mean, these things are not made to withstand heavy gaming. They're not even, basically, they're not worth the plastic that they're made from. It is like El Cheapo plastic, the cheapest shit you could get. You could break this stuff just by bending it hard enough between your fingers. That is literally how cheap it is. And there are people that will pay this because it's something that catches their eye. This is something like you have grandma surfing the net to try to find birthday presents for the grandkids and comes upon this on a site that she's like, oh, I want to get this for Billy. And she clicks the link, buys it, not even knowing what the hell it is. Not only does she just give them her information and they're probably going to run like hell with it, but she's about to give little Billy a freaking firebomb. Just waiting to go off as a freaking firebomb. And these things are crap. But I just love the fact that they got more than 20,000 pieces representing 35 different counterfeit consumer electronics. Like iPhones. I love how they just go iPhones, but there's no tablets, no smartphones, it's just iPhones. Right to the iPhones. DVD players, headphones, chargers, other electronics, watches, cameras, speakers, gaming systems. Well, yeah, you have that PXP3. That is quite the amazing counterfeit gaming system right there. I mean, it's a slim version, too. It isn't the thick, it's the slim version of the PXP3. You know, it's the PXP3. Could you imagine a commercial for that? Could you imagine if Sony had actually marketed that? Well, we like to introduce you to the PXP3. This is the only handheld you're ever going to need. This piece of crap will break apart in your hand. It may not even survive your first day owning it, and only can be yours for $999.99. But it doesn't charge $100 even for it. It'd be $99.99. But it'd be like, yeah, it'll crap out after like a day. And it's like, oh my God, it's horrible. It's a piece of crap. Yeah, no shit, it's a piece of crap. It sucks. And the thing is that, like I said, this is the type of crap that like grandma would buy for Billy. And you just feel horrible about the possibilities that this crap, This literal garbage made its way into somebody's lives. That somebody looked at this and said, hey, I am going to make this crap and I'm going to sell this counterfeit garbage. And it just got out into the world. And well, happily, it's going to find itself back in the dumpster. It's going to be destroyed. It'll be destroyed. The parts, it'll just be destroyed. It'll be worth it. I wish I could swing the axe, technically. But, oh my God, this is hilarious. It's literal garbage upon garbage. It's hot freaking garbage. It's worthless. It's worthless crap. And I just love the fact that it's busted of this. PXP, that is the best. I mean, then you have the 888,888 games in one. That is bullshit if I ever heard it. I mean, that's like 1 kilobit games or 1 kilobyte games, and that's it, and they just suck. You're probably getting like maybe 888 games in one, but I ain't seeing you getting 100,000 times that. I ain't seeing you getting 888,888 games in one. That's bull. But oh man, that's just the PXP. That is my favorite, the PXP3. That is great. That is great. PXP3. I guess it must be better than the PXP2, but slightly not as good as the PXP4. You know, it's like the Gruntmaster 6000. It's just like a stripped version of the Gruntmaster 9000. Back to basics. The PXP3. It's better than the PXP2, but just not as good as the PXP5. I love that. That was the best. If I ever have, that's definitely in my top 10. That is in my top 10 best topics ever. That is definitely, I mean, it's like right near the end, but it's in the top 10. I love PXP3. God, I love that PXP3. That is hilarious as hell. It's the PXP3. Oh, what do they think of next? All right, everybody, and that's going to pretty much do it then this week for the Absolutely Completely Random podcast. That's about all I got anyway. All the topics are gone. All the topics are empty. It's all used up. So, yep. But it's been a blast hanging out with everybody for the last about hour or so. Don't forget, if you have any questions for the May Q&A, feel free to submit them in the comments section of any of my videos between the last Q&A video and this Q&A video. That includes the last Q&A video, by the way. You can include your questions on there. I will give it a thumbs up. I'll give it like a thumbs up. That'll be my thing, or I'll just say okay and a reply. I don't know which will register. But yeah, so either way, your question will get added to the Q&A roster for May. Remember, 23rd to the 25th is the window I'm shooting for to get all the questions in by. I will let you know if I have to change or alter that. Don't forget, check me out over on Twitter, How to Take Your Roads. Feel free to swing by the Facebook page, Web Designer 18. Don't forget to ring that bell notification when you subscribe here on my channel. Hit the thumbs up button, thumbs down button, and until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes. This has been the Absolutely Completely Random podcast here on the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good one, folks. Later.